long wait is over, and the big hitters of big ball roll into Tucson, Arizona for the WPH Icebreaker Challenge, brought to you by the World Players of Handball Outdoor. Clark Park is the epicenter of handball this weekend, and the best of the big ballers have come from both coasts to compete for bragging rights and prize money. The stars are out in Tucson as we break the ice after a long break in big ball action. It's mano a mano right now. Josh Tellez going up against Timbo Gonzalez here in the men's semifinals of the bottom bracket. In Tucson, Arizona, the WPH Outdoor 3-wall Clark Park Complex is on fire. My name is Dave Vincent with David Fink, WPH Icebreaker Challenge. And it's been one heck of a tournament so far. It's a one-day event today in the scorching heat. Let's take a quick view, Dave, of these brackets here.
Well, Josh Tellez comes in here as the number 2 seed. He literally was a last-second entry. I mean, pulling his car in to play his first match against Jonathan Chavez straight from California. That's last minute it was. Now he's gotten through that first round, and he'll take on Timbo Gonzalez, who's had his share of success on the WPH Outdoor, winning a number of stops out here.
And already, Fredo Morales has defeated Shorty Ruiz in that upper bracket, so he's sitting there waiting for the winner of this one.
Right.
So let's see if it's going to be a Fredo Timbo Gonzalez throwback circa 2016 style, or will this be one of his biggest foes, Josh Tellez?
That's a nice start for Timbo, who's trying, he said, to work his way back into competitive shape after more than a year off the court.
Not going to with shots like that. That was beautiful. You know, I really like seeing Josh at these tournaments too.
That's great.
He is a top player, like an elite player. I think he's misrepresented in a lot of ways. I think people don't understand him and think that he's just a loose cannon. He's not. He's a cool kid. I love him.
He's really great, and it was so magnanimous of him, Dave, to jump in his car and play in this event last minute. Drove all the way here by himself, Dave, through the desert.
And he gets the number 2 seed.
Right.
I mean, that's some respect. I think he was originally like 7 seed, but that was long ball, wasn't it?
I don't know about that. Timbo says he lives in Miami now, but yet flew here from New York. I don't know what to make of that. You're not
layover.
Oh, layover.
Okay. 2 months.
And you can see how different this match is from the Ruiz-Morales match that we saw in the upper bracket. You're seeing more sidearm swings. Fredo with a lot of lobs and those amazing tap slice kills. You won't see as many of those kind of shots here.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
I saw that develop before it even happened. And you would see, you know, old-time handball players would say you never try to kill a ball in front of somebody, but That just seems like a natural shot to take.
Right.
And the right one.
Timbo looks about a half a step slow there. That's a ball he would normally get, but he's had some knee problems. That's what kept him off the court for more than a year. And he's been trying to get back on the circuit here in the last couple of months. He's traveled to California, played in a 50-team doubles event in which he lost in the final.
Huh, that's pretty good.
Also went to New Mexico. Now he's here in Arizona. He's played some events in New York as well. So says this is what he needs to get himself back in shape.
I like that shot from Timbo. Keeping Josh back.
Let's mark that one on the scorecard as Josh, with all the momentum here at 6-1, should have won that rally 3 times. Instead, does not convert those opportunities, and now Timbo comes in at 1-6. Things look like they were getting out of hand there for Timbo. These guys have a lot of respect for one another, having played not much on the WPH Outdoor Tour, but they've matched up quite a bit in other events.
Nice shot there from Josh. You know, these top players that get to play other top players from opposing sides of the country have tons of respect.
Right.
Don't think that Joshue hasn't settled watching YouTube videos of Timbo.
Now, you'd be surprised that this swing did not result in any contact whatsoever.
So Timbo went golfing with you?
Yes, we went to the range right behind the courts here.
Let's see. I bet you he drives this 350. Well, no, it's only a sand wedge. What is this? 100 yard? Okay, never mind.
That was a 7-iron.
Oh, it was a 7-iron. Okay. Yeah. I was going to say 100 yards with that sand wedge, but it was a 7-iron. That should have gone, what, 200?
About 170.
Okay.
And it went about 170 inches.
No, so. Less than that. Centimeters. He's working on his short game.
Well, he's keeping that one under the wind.
Now, why was that teed up so far? Were those clubs too small? Too short?
Not really sure why that ball was sitting up higher than it would be for a driver.
6-inch tee. Now, that's somebody that doesn't want to bend over. I don't mind that. It's not. I mean, it's not T-ball.
How many times can we watch that swing during this match? I'm hoping at least 10.
I need to see it again. I hope you're listening.
As a matter of fact, Timbo is the only one listening. He's watched every Icebreaker match.
Uh-oh.
No one can say that.
Katrina.
Okay.
You know she's watching it, and also Killian.
Wow.
Three of the best players of all time. That's all you want.
That's true. What are numbers anyway?
3-6.
Now you're seeing play on these outer courts, Dave. This is not just pickup fun. This is contender big ball qualifier.
Ooh.
24 players entered, battling for one spot.
Wow. And what does that spot do? You get you into another tournament?
That gets you into the next big ball icebreaker.
Well, with the way it's so hot out here, nice shot right there from Timbo, but it's so hot.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to hold that in 2022 sometime? Like
I
early?
was thinking 2029.
It'll definitely be cooler than the beginning of the Ice Age. Oh, I like that. Inside out. Is that a skinny V?
Yeah, and that's why I don't mind a player jumping in front of you while you're hitting, because he's actually costing himself court position there. By jumping in front of Josh there, Timbo opens up the right side of the court and gave Josh a very easy winner on that skinny V. So you're not necessarily doing yourself a lot of favors with the jump in front. That was great power there from Josh. He goes for the wide corner kill, which I think is a much harder shot to hit with the big ball. The ball is not going to hit the side wall with the same kind of spin. You really have to pinch it close to the front wall. And that's normally the strength of Timbo's game, that lateral movement right around the service line where he can control the action from the front court. But you see right there, just not moving to his left as quickly as we're used to seeing him. Timbo, Dave, only 29 years old.
He'll recover.
I think so.
Now, earlier you had me circle that 1 to 6 on the scorecard.
Right.
Look at this replay here. And since that point, Timbo's outscored Josh 5-0.
Okay.
But I think the real circle should be on that golf shot.
That's where mine is.
No points have been scored since that golf shot. It's just been back and forth side outs. That's the real circle.
Right. Now, Timbo did not immediately go in after that 6-1 side out and score, but since then, Josue has not scored.
Yeah, you just said it wrong.
Okay.
See, there's that wide, and he was a little bit closer to the corner that time.
Well, he was more in the middle of the court there. It's very difficult to hit the wide corner kill from the left side wall to the right wall with your right hand. That's nice. And you can see that Josh takes his fitness seriously. This is a very fit professional athlete. Timbo struggled in that first round win, winning 15-8, 15-8, but that was a pretty grueling match. This is a great rally. And Dave, we referenced that 50-team doubles tournament. That was played in one day.
That's unbelievable.
One day. That means if Timbo was seated in the top 8, which I'm sure he was, he would have played 5 matches in that day. Started at 8 in the morning and ended after 11 at night.
It's a beautiful shot.
I think we're seeing now that Josh loves that right corner with his right hand.
Well, he knows how to put just enough spin on it.
Almost as much as Jose Hernandez loves being on camera.
I don't know if it's that much, but yeah. Timbo's not going to get that call.
Well, he's calling that.
Oh, he called it. Ooh, they're calling that over.
I kind of agreed with that call.
No way. No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
You have to come in a little bit harder to get that call.
I think he slowed himself down to not run into Josh there. I don't have a problem with that call. I know you do.
I do, yeah.
Okay. And now a big lead here for Josh.
Now remember, Timbo was only a point away at 5-6, and now Josh has scored 6 straight.
Right.
But no arguing from Josh on that hinder call, so I guess you can say it was probably the right call.
Well, I don't know that Josh argues, but also we haven't seen any arguing. Since we went to the camaraderie no reffing.
We just have a ref calling the score, but not calling the actual play.
And I don't think we've seen any arguments in more than 50 icebreaker matches.
Not between the players, no.
Yeah. Now the staff, that's a different story.
There's fists that have been thrown. But we sanitized our hands before and after.
Right. And that was a good leave. It's very difficult out here to know which balls to leave We've seen a lot of players leaving balls that they thought would be out that landed in by a foot.
Do you think that the longer walls play a part of that just from an optical illusion standpoint? Or you feel like you have more wall or less space? Or
I can't figure it out. I play out here more than anyone, and I still can't judge these balls whether they'll be in or out.
Timbo making a nice little run here. 3 straight after the side out. Going to 15.
And that was way long. Josh stops it, depriving Jose Hernandez of more airtime.
Sorry, Jose, but Josh just caught that one. That ball comes out of Josh's hand, hits that side wall, and stays up. Has just a perfect spin.
That looked like a slight mishit. Timbo hit that right back to Josh. I'm sure he'll be reviewing this tape and not happy with that shot. That was a big moment in this game.
Oh, that's a big moment right there.
Right. Kind of a strange shot there from Josh. A deep court, wide angle, right corner kill with Timbo on the left side of the court.
That ball was in. Timbo thought it was out, but it was in.
Oh, okay.
Timbo should have been serving at 10-13.
12, I think. 10-12.
Nice. No, Josh gets it.
That's one of the most fun shots in the game.
A backhanded flip back?
No, the shot after that where you leave your feet and spike it down the line. Your opponent's out of position.
Let's look at a replay here. Instead, let's look at the bio from Josh.
Now that says his highest ever WPH outdoor ranking is 2. That's his seed in this tournament, but he's actually not been ranked on the WPH outdoor.
Not even after that simple green top finish. Seems like you would have got a ranking then.
Okay.
He's playing with heart, his speed, his desire to win, his right hand kill, especially into the right front corner. But like you said, he's in excellent shape. I kind of put him sort of the wall ball version of Nadi Alvarado Jr.
I thought of that when I saw Josh going for that wide angle kill, which Nadi loved with his right hand.
Okay, now there's the ball that's in. You can see it from every angle. That's ball coming back up. But I don't think it was called that way. Timbo loses his serve, and handball gods were watching from up above. A little bit of drone coverage here. Always like that live drone view. Is that left hand a weakness of Josh?
I would say it's not nearly as versatile as his right. We'll see if Josh can close out this game here on his third attempt.
Here it is, 14-10 in game number 2. It's been closer than the scoreboard looks here. And another side out.
And Josh just cannot seem to close the door here. And you're playing against a pro player. It doesn't matter what the score is. You've got to close out these games when you get the chance because you never know. Remember, we saw Shorty Ruiz come back from 14-6 down against Luis Cordova. Timbo was down 14-9. Now it's 11.
I'm impressed that Timbo can play these walls as good as he can, coming from the one-wall environment.
I was going to mention that. His adaptability to the angles and the walls is very impressive. I'm not sure I've ever seen anyone do it the way he has.
You can say Pee Wee Castro maybe to a lesser extent. But he still had some pretty good success out here. We've seen others that were top players that just look like a train wreck. And now it's 13-14.
Right.
The bird in the sky has given us this great full camera view of this facility in Tucson, Arizona. The only drawback is the heat.
Timbo plays that a little safe, but he's got the big opportunity here.
Ah,
oh, my goodness.
Timbo should be serving at 14-14 if he wins that rally. Instead, he gives it back.
And that was not a screen?
It's more of a screen than the one that they called screen earlier.
Yeah, I definitely thought his view of the ball was obstructed there. Timbo has to be so frustrated with himself. A left-handed opportunity right there in the front court. Did not put it away. Now it's Josh's fourth attempt to win this game.
Joshue wanted to do something a little bit better than that. I think trying to maybe clip that left side wall.
It's very easy to hit the ball long here. Doesn't take much. Just a little bit too high on the front wall.
I like that serve to the right.
And Josh offering the hinder there, and Timbo does not take it.
Timbo said he said he called it before he served it, and I'm not sure what that meant. Not a timeout. Maybe a screen? No, because he served, right?
Right.
I don't understand. And there it is. Puts it away with an overhand kill shot down the left wall. First game going to Josh by the score of 15-13 here. Tucson, Arizona, and the WPH Icebreaker Challenge number 10. It's our first big ball portion of this Icebreaker series, and it's turned out to be a great one, Dave. Good job organizing this.
It's great to see these guys out here, the best of the best, battling here at Clark Park.
First game, 21 minutes and 45 seconds. Nice little.
And about a third of those 21 minutes was after Josh got his first game point at 14-9.
That's true.
We saw from the time Josh had 14, Timbo scored 4. Josh needed 5 attempts to finally close out that first game. We'll see if Timbo can bounce back from that deflating first game loss. Always hard when you make a big comeback and then come up short, particularly when you're dealing with this kind of heat. And that can zap you pretty quickly.
That's true. Much like game number 1, Joshue jumping out to a lead here.
We've got a few things working against you when you drop that first game after a big comeback. Now Josh is energized. He's got the momentum. He's rolling downhill. And Timbo is now in his 4th pretty tough game of the day after winning 2 hard games in his quarterfinal, losing that first game here. And you see Josh showing that heart and grit that he talked about in that bio.
That was a pretty cool shot from Josh. That ball hits the front wall and sort of straightens out. He has enough underhand spin on it to keep it down that right wall. I'm still impressed with Timbo, regardless of the score and the outcome of game number 1. The fact that he can come in here and be as competitive as he is against these players and taking a year off, having knee trouble, gaining a little bit of weight, but he's still an incredible athlete. I mean, look at that shot right there, for example. You see the little dot next to Josh's name? That means he took game number 1. Or it has 1 win under his belt, depending on how you want to look at it. And there's a little overhand kill shot.
Timbo's 2 points have come on 3 swings, an ace serve and then a first strike fly kill. That's a great return from Josh. Forces Timbo to make an error.
Great return. The old Timbo would have been able to get that shot.
That was a pretty great shot.
It's just tough to bend down when you're having knee troubles like that.
That was a crisp shot there from Josh, though. Left hand, stiff arm, very low.
Saw Josh flipping his wrist around right there after that shot. That was one of those that hit your knuckles, and it actually kind of hurts. Kind of cue ball it. See if Timbo can catch up to this, and he was, but just off balance.
I think when Timbo rewatches this match, he'll see he's had a lot of opportunities to lob that he didn't use.
We always bring in a little mascot every tournament, a clown that we can have to spice up the crowd a little bit. This one comes in from El Paso. We tried to get Martin Ruiz, but he was unavailable.
I think he heard that there was a limit to only one case of corona per person out at the park.
That's how we pay our clowns around here.
He was willing to bring the ceviche, though, as long as you would have some.
I said no eats on that for DV. One of the first times you'll ever see me turn down food.
And how did it go when you did turn it down?
Fist fight.
That's not a lie.
Not with just him, but also mom, dad.
Right.
Taking a quick look at Timbo. 5'10", Brooklyn, New York. Steph Curry, his favorite player, his highest ranking outdoor with us, #1. His intensity, consistency, strategy, defense, that's all part of his strengths. And his X-Fest win in 2017 plus USHA one wall were his biggest wins, he said. Now, I would put the USHA one wall up there as my only biggest win.
If you ask him, it's the X-Fest. He's very proud of that.
Well, he took down Sean Lenning in 3-wall small ball.
Right.
That was pretty big. Small ball and big ball singles and doubles nationals were also his big wins. Now, these are voted on by the player themselves. I mean, they're the ones answering the questions. Not our commentary on it, but his actual biggest wins that he feels. And I would have thought maybe King of the Courts or Red Bull slaps, something like that. No, Timbo played it pretty straight to the cuff there. I love that shot. You might want to circle that on the scorecard. Josh getting that point, kind of breaking the rhythm a little bit. But once you circle it and there's a side out, then you have to like erase the circle. That was in, right? Guess it was out.
I'm surprised that we don't see players taking more serves out of the air. These serves that are landing close to the back line, why wouldn't you take it out of the air? You have a lot more momentum, taking time away from the server, and you can do more with the shot out of the air, create more power. Because when this big ball bounces, you've lost a lot of the momentum of the shot.
Also, you have your server flat-footed.
Right.
They're not really necessarily thinking you'll ever do anything like that. So they're looking back and have to readjust, find the ball.
It rushes the server. It does not allow the server to set up like you would. Let's look for some opportunities here for the returner to take the serve out of the air. Look at how far back Josh plays there. Now, what's the advantage to playing that far back? Is he worried about Timbo sneaking in a short serve, Dave?
He's obviously not.
Right. So I don't understand.
Timbo's been serving on the deep line on every serve, so maybe he's just letting the ball play him perfectly, and that's going to be played over. Ball was not on the court.
And these are opportunities that Timbo's not converting. We saw one at 13-14 in the first game, just about the same spot on the court. Timbo unable to put it away. Now, what if you take that out of the air? Timbo thinks it's long.
Right.
So if you hit it out of the air, he's not even ready for the ball to come back.
I think it's definitely something I would do, but I wouldn't do it where I was lining up like Josh is lining up. Josh is 2 feet behind the deep line. If he was on the line, then I'd say yes.
But that's what I'm saying. Why not be on the line?
I don't know why he's so far back.
Yeah.
But he's about 7 points away from being in the final, so he knows more than announcer knows. Screen on that?
Didn't look like Timbo was going forward there. And Josh now can sense that Timbo is not moving into the front court all that quickly after these returns, and that allows him to relax. And
that's a signature shot right here from...
But look at how far back Timbo is there. Josh knows that he's 8 feet behind him.
Josh lets that ball slide out of the palm of his hand, from the palm of his hand, through his fingertips. Ball's spinning with the sidewall, and the sticks up.
And now just first strike killing his way to the final is Josh. You notice Josh is one of the few top big ball players who plays with gloves with both hands. There's a great lob.
And with this heat, you almost seem like you don't need it. But watch this perfect shot from Josh here.
Well, I'm surprised we haven't seen more lobs from both these guys. We've seen both guys in the front court side by side, and that's the first lob that we've seen.
Nice left hand. Takes a little off, hits the side wall, sticks out toward the middle of the court, but not enough juice on it for Timbo to get it back. And now Timbo feels the end. This is match point, serves 4. For Josh Tellez, who is wanting to go to the finals to face one of his bigger Southern California foes, Fredo Morales. And he does it right there. With a fist pump to close it out, with Timbo Gonzalez defeating him in game number 2, 15-4. And he is now in the finals. Fredo Morales defeated Shorty Ruiz in the upper bracket. Josh going past Timbo Gonzalez. For Dave Fink, I'm Dave Vincent. Thanks for tuning in to the World Players of Handball.